Hi, I want to talk about how I handle headaches. I used to get headaches quite a bit. I used to get as a kid every now and again, but as I got older, I would get like a headache that would last for 3, 4 days every single week. And man, it was difficult. And I've tried getting off caffeine before, and that gives me a headache. And now when I get a headache, as long as if I'm at work, it's a different story. But if I'm at home, I can usually handle headaches pretty well because, like when I was a kid, my parents would get me a washcloth, wet it down, and I put it on my forehead. That was kind of soothing. But even better is one of these bad boys. These reusable cold compresses, and it goes in one of these. It comes with one of these little dispensers or these little holders or whatever. And I cut a piece of insulation to put on the other side to kind of keep it cooler. Now, this is very refreshing too, right? If you're laying in bed and you have a headache, let's say especially a sinus headache, oh boy, that cool compress feels very refreshing. But the problem is that only really works like if you're trying to get to sleep. It really only works if you only sleep on your back, because as soon as you lean over, it's going to fall off. And it would be much better if you could somehow keep it on your forehead, whether you're on your side, your back, or whether you're sleeping or awake. And then I figured it out. The code is to use one of these bad boys, these neck gaiters. Stick it up like that, and then you can shove the compress right up in there. And sure, it doesn't look all that hot, but now it could look both ways and it stays put. And what I do actually is, because I have these long hair, I put my hair up in this neck gaiter. This is the Buff brand, and I keep it like this, and then I take another one, because if I just went to sleep like this, it would come off by the time I woke up and my hair would be all out there. But I put this on top of that and then shove this up between the two, and that holds it in place all night long. Usually, if I have a headache, I will usually just wake up in about 2, 3 hours and go get me a fresh one. I got 3 of these in my freezer, so I always have a fresh one going. And I try to freeze it as frozen as possible. It's even best when it's like actually hard. It's not as comfortable, right? But it stays colder longer. So as soon as it melts, then it's like this, and then it's very comfortable. But it lasts a lot longer. Anyway, this has been a game changer. When I go on the road, I'm going to have a freezer, and I'm going to bring these along with me. And in fact, I haven't been having a headache recently, but I still like to go to sleep stuffing this sucker in here and sacking out, especially now that it's getting warm. And boy, this just feels so luxurious. All right, so that's how I handle headaches with a cold compress.